Welcome back to the Citadel, folks. My name is Joel Duggan, and this is a survival multiplayer server where my friends and I do some geeky stuff in Minecraft. The last time we were here, we were building the inn on a bridge in the South Meadows, and that is exactly what we're going to continue on working on today. I've been itching to get this finished, and I think we're going to just hunker down, set up shop down by the bridge, and get it all done. One of the things that I did want to mention is that I believe this is episode 5, and I haven't been saying that out loud in the episodes because I don't always record these in order, if that makes any sense. I've been kind of messing around with recording things as I can. Sometimes that's an intro for a show or an outro for, an episode that happen either before or after a stream, and sometimes it gets a little bit confusing. So rather than getting it wrong, I just thought, well, I'll put the episode number on the show art and in the title of the episode, but then I don't have to worry about getting it right or wrong while I'm here in the video. But right now, as you can see, we're coming through this wheat field that we've built on a couple of Twitch streams, and we have started on the inn. I've built this before in creative. I do want to make some changes, just because something that I've been battling with is how big this is in this space compared to what I had thought it was going to be. Something I do find happens to me quite a lot in Minecraft, because I'm still, we'll say, relatively new to the game, especially with these larger builds, is that things, even small builds, things that I would think are only, 10 blocks tall or 5 blocks wide or whatever, when you start detailing them and adding in layers and depth and stuff like that, they start to get really big. And this is way taller than it needs to be in my creative build. The roof line is somewhere up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change a few things. I'm going to change the design. The roof design, while attractive, is a giant waste of space. So I'm going to change the roof. I'm going to change, I think, the way that some of this is structured down below here. But I think in the end, it'll be a slightly lower profile in terms of the height, and it'll work. The other thing that I think we have to change, and really the best way to see this, is up here. So I've been flying and perching myself on top of these trees to get a good look. And if you look down here, it sort of feels off center, and it's not. Like, it is smack in the middle of that bridge. Everything is where it should be. It's just that the land on either side of the bridge it kind of favors this side. So this looks closer because this is a more gradual slope, where this is just like straight down. And I feel like if we do more landscaping around here, if we cut this back a little bit, especially through here, then I think that this will start to look a lot better. What I think I might do, even though I know I wanted to keep this tree, I think I want to cut this river so that the water goes on both sides of the center part here, so that these supports are both completely in the river, and then we'll kind of make it wider through here. And I think that will help. I think that will help make this look like it's spanning this area. The other thing that you'll notice is that there's a lot more room underneath this arch than there is on this arch. So we're going to thin this out a little bit. I also may decide to approach these slightly differently. In the Lego build that I'm actually basing this off of, these supports under the bridge are actually solid. They're not individual pillars like I've got them here. Like these are 4 pillars in the middle and then 2 on each side. This is all solid. This is an arch, and then this is all solid. So I might play around with that. I'm not sure how that's really going to look. But for now, we're going to leave them as pillars, and we'll kind of fill them in as we need. But I'm really looking forward to finishing this. And right now, I think the best course of action is going to be to set up shop so we can get rolling. This should be everything that I need for now. We've got prismarine for the top layer. We've got a lot of dark oak happening in and around the framing and the detailing on the first floor. Some wool in case I need it, some glass for windows, and some quartz for framing the windows. I think the only other thing that I was missing is some spruce logs, because we do have a few of those going up. You can see we've got them here on the outside, and I don't believe I have them on the back yet. No, I don't. Okay. So what I wanted to start with is the centerpiece here. This actually isn't flat. This is like a bridged tunnel. It has a triangular sort of roof to it. So I'm going to put that in, and the way that that works is, I think we've got stairs. I want to say it starts right here, and we start with an upside down stair here, like that. And we have another one over here on this side. Then I'm going to have to get a little bit higher here. And we have another one here. Oh, no, I'm going to have to get closer. I always find the stairs a little bit tricky. And there. Chop you out. And then here. And I believe that this is just a straight up log on the inside. So if I go ahead, break this out here, you'll see that this kind of framing is how this inside bit is going to go. So all of this is actually going to be removed. The wool gets removed. Where's my shears? Take this out here. Each one of these blocks that you can see gets taken out. And then this will become kind of like an arch that goes all the way through the build. So we'll start with that, and then we'll be able to kind of place the other things in relation to the centerpiece. So I'm just finishing up the inside here, and I thought I would kind of share a little bit of the detailing that I'm doing. And on one part it's to save on stairs, but in another it just kind of breaks up the solid line of these stairs and makes it look like it's attached to the stone wall, which is really cool. These torches are all temporary. I'm just in here to light it up so I can see what I'm doing, because the dark oak in an unlighted area, you can't see what's happening. And one thing that I'm already debating on changing, we've got like this arch here, and there's a slab that I was going to put on the top there to make it a complete triangle, but it feels very thick, like it feels overkill. So I had an idea. Because we've been using a lot of these dark oak trapdoors, I thought I would try to see what this would look like if I removed this here and that as well, and then we extend the log like that, and then we cap it with a trapdoor like that. Yeah, so I think that lightens things up. It gives a little bit of texture, makes that log feel a little bit more substantial, and you don't get lost in this sea of planks. Even though there's stairs and there is a little bit of an overhang, I feel like this is a better way to go. So let's do this on this side as well. Can I place this while I'm up here? Yep, okay, perfect. The dark oak trapdoors are just a little bit lighter than regular dark oak. Well, no, I guess they're the same color. I think it's just that they have enough texture in them with the indentations that are supposed to be happening with like the highlight here and the shadow here, that they tend to kind of stick out a little bit better. So that's the way that this tunnel is going to look, minus the torches, of course. And I think the next thing we have to do is put in the windows. So once you see what we're going to be doing with these windows, you'll understand how quickly we are going to go through these dark oak trapdoors. So the window is going to go here, and we're going to take these two planks out, replace them with stairs. Oh, I'm running low on stairs too. That, and then we've got white stained glass that goes here, and this goes back to being wool. And I can still jump through that hole when I'm done, but then these are going to go along here to kind of frame the window. And I think the way that this works, I might have to check my design, but we've got slabs that stick out here. And in some cases they go out 2, and in other cases they go out 1. It depends on whether there's, because I'm blanking again. The spruce trap No, dark oak trapdoor. Holy smoke. That's going to happen a lot as I fall down. So these are going to kind of frame the window here. Obviously, it'll look better once we put in the wool like that. And then this, I guess I can just give myself some scaffolding here to step on. And come on, there we go. So this is the main kind of layer, and this is going to be symmetrical across the board. But then as we come out, this is a stair on this block. And then I have to, I think it's going to be trapdoor and then slab and then trapdoor and then slab, etc. And that leads out to the next, I guess the next framing log that goes up. It feels overkill, and it's tricky because it makes this area really dark. So I need to have some sort of lighting here below to try and get some light up in here. Thankfully, the trapdoors don't actually block the light, so that's good. But we need to kind of sort out a way to kind of get some light into this area. It's tricky right now because with no roof on it inside, there's a lot of light inside. But once you put another floor on that, it gets real dark. So we'll have to figure out the best solution for that. I was right. It goes stairs and then trapdoor on every second one. And in between those are slabs. And then it gets heartier as it gets to the edge here. So then it goes stair on that side, and then another stair on this side, and then a slab here. And then this is where the next log pillar goes for the top layer. So if I could do the same over here, this is going to be stairs on that side, then a slab here, and then this is where the framing of the third floor, I guess it's the third floor. That's where that goes. And the other thing that I wanted to add, and I've got two because I'm not sure which I'm going to go with, just for like a little bit of extra detail, I thought it'd be cool to have buttons on these logs, but I'm a little concerned that the dark oak buttons are going to like blend in. So I thought I'd do spruce and dark oak. I think I like the spruce. I think I like the spruce better. They stand out a little bit more than I want, but you really, well, I guess you can see the dark oak buttons up against the wool. I feel like we might want to go with the spruce. I'll put it in more spruce over there and see what that looks like, and whether it's too, if it's too distracting, then we won't do it. But for now, we won't be able to. Whoa, no! I want to see what that looks like with both of them. That's a really tough call. I'll have to think about that. I'll do spruce for now on one side, and just gonna see what happens, how we decide to, can I reach this? Yes. So finishing off the trim on this level should be fairly straightforward. Just have straight slabs there, and then I think I'm gonna go up to the top. That's the bottom. I want to go up, and we'll just put in the alternating trapdoors and slabs the same way we did in the other places like that. So one goes there, one goes there, and the last one goes here. I am really loving the different versions of trapdoors in 1.13. It really allows you to change the geometry of a build, so it's not just texture. Like there really is some thickness changes happening from one block to the next, which I really like. It's been a lot of fun to kind of play with that. But that's essentially the first floor facade finished. We've got windows in the ends, and we've got, of course, the other side, which is just a mirror of this. But now what I want to do is I want to put in the prismarine top floor to kind of get a feeling for just how high this is, so that we can start to design the roof. The top floor of the inn is really bright and colorful, so I wanted to go with prismarine because it's a nice turquoise block and it really catches light and brightens things up from all of this dark oak. So it's going to be 4 tall, and I believe we've got a space of 2, and then a space of 2 for a window, and then another 2 for a window. That should be the center. Yep. And then another 2 for a window, 2 for a window, like that. So on the inside here, we're going to be using stairs like that, and like this. And then we'll be using the reverse on the top, similar to how we did the stairs below, above the windows with dark oak. We're doing the same thing, but we're doing it with quartz. That. And I find that this frames things up quite nicely. So that's kind of the pattern that we're going to see in the top. It's funny. It's sort of unintentionally, it sort of reminds me of a hospital a little bit. And I don't know whether that's because I've been in a hospital that was built in like the 70s and it was very turquoise and white. You know, I think in general, when people think of medical staff, the scrubs that a doctor wears are usually this kind of like green color, this turquoisey green. But yeah, anyway, it feels, I'm going to do my best to make it look a little bit more homely as opposed to very stark. But that's kind of the pattern we're going. It'll be repeated all the way around the top here. And then last but not least, we'll have to put in some more detailing, which is going to be some fence posts. So if I remember correctly, the way that I did this, we have stairs framing the window, and then we've got stairs here creating a window sill, and then we have trapdoors here, here, and there, maybe, definitely there. Oh, I ran out of trapdoors. And then fences to create some vertical lines going here. Now, unfortunately, the fences do connect to the prismarine, but you really can't see it too much from straight on. So this is kind of the pattern we're going to go with, you know, like a windowsill, more trapdoors, and then it just kind of repeats from here on out. I actually had to go make quite a few more trapdoors, but I think now that these are all in, we should be able to take a look at this with like a finished facade and see what it looks like. So I'll put some fences here, glass goes here. I ran out of glass too. I had to go and grab some more of that, but I think, did I miss any spots? No, that looks done. So let's just get rid of this temporary cobble scaffolding because I don't think I'm going to need to be on the outside anymore. I think I can just do all I need now from the inside. There's nothing worse than when you're building something and you run out of scaffolding blocks and you have to go make a special errand run to get stuff that's just temporary. It drives me crazy. So I try to make sure I always have enough cobble on me that you need some blocks that are sturdy that you can use for scaffolding. And I don't tend to build with cobble that much, so at least you know what's part of the build and what's not. Like I've got lots of stone bricks with me. But yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Now this is where the roof is going to come in once we get the top floor kind of completed. But you can see, like, if we put a pitched roof on this, it would come way up here. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to try to put a round roof on it. I don't know if that's going to break the style. I'm not sure if that's going to break all these straight lines that we have going on, but I do want to try to reduce the height of this. And I think that having a domed or an arched roof is going to be the best way. It's not going to be round like a church. It's going to be flat on the edges here, and then it'll arch kind of over the top. I don't think I've done anything round like that on the server yet, so we'll have to kind of see how that goes. I have some ideas how I might be able to incorporate it into, I guess you could call this kind of like a Tudor style build, kind of like late 15th, early 16th century. Not necessarily super rich, more of a countryside sort of feel to it. But I'm really liking the way that this is coming together. Originally, I had put a fence down here, but because these windows are not centered between this post and this post, it feels funny. So without that, at least this section feels centered, and then each of these windows feels centered. And then we have to just kind of expand that, flip it over. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and then we can tackle the end pieces. And they're special. They give them some different treatment, because on the inside, if we kind of scoot in here real quick, now that we've got this this section here, we can actually start to work on what would be not a ladder, but a staircase that can come up onto this level. We can also stop the wall here. So if I've got some wool, I think something like, so that's the stair. So this could be the inside wall, like that, to kind of hide that inside like archy bit, and just kind of go from there. And then that gives us like a little bit more space. I think I have to keep these. Yeah, so you can see those from underneath. So this has to stay stone. I don't know whether I'm going to have a stone floor in here or whether I'm going to keep the wood. It all depends on, I think it depends greatly on what we've got going on outside. Can you see the wood from outside? You cannot. So you can only see the stone. So we do have options in here. This does not have to be stone. It might be wood on the outside though. We'll have to see. I'll have to see what we decide to do on the ends before we make a decision about the floors, because usually what happens is you make a decision on the inside and the floor, but then because of this dental work that we've got going on, you end up seeing the end of the floor. So you kind of have to make a decision as to what the floor is going to be. But what's going to be the next step? I guess we should just mirror this on the other side, get that in there, and then we'll move forward from there. Everything is now mirrored on the west side that we had built on the east side. So now the last thing to do is to put in both the end pieces on the top floor, as well as finish decorating on the second floor there. And that's just going to be, I think, some simple window decoration. The only thing that I have not made a final decision on is the potential of moving the nether portal that we have down at this end of the meadows over here in the mountain. It's a small hill, but we've got this this nether portal kind of nestled into the hillside here. And I thought it would be really cool to move it into this build and have it kind of be perhaps right here in this room, or maybe in this room. And the problem is that I don't necessarily want to have that visible when you're coming down the path. Like through these windows, I don't want you to see the purple portal. And then on the flip side, to get up to the top into the second floors of this build, the staircase is usually, you know, on this side. At least that's how it was in the build that I did before. So if I put the nether portal here, then I could put the stairs here. But when I put the stairs here, I lose these windows. And these windows, I think, look really cool when you're coming at it from that angle, which is most of the time. Anyway, so I don't know. I think the easiest thing to do for now is just going to be to decorate everything symmetrical. Just kind of give these windows the same treatment. There's no glass in these. They're just kind of like open air sort of situations. And we'll come back after I've made a decision. One possibility is to put the stairs around the outside so that you go upstairs on the outside of the build. I would do that on this side. That way we could put the nether portal in here, hidden away. You could go up the stairs on the outside and access everything. And then we could leave this the way that we want it to be visible from the outside with the stone windows. But for now, let's see, where do I want to go? I guess I have to go up to this level here. Jump up here for a second. With these windows, they're a little bit larger. They're 2x3, but it's still a pretty straightforward way to decorate them. And we're actually adding some new kinds of trapdoors. We're going to use the spruce trapdoors, which I think look really good as shutters. And we put them here like that. And then we use the regular trapdoors, or not the regular trapdoors, but I guess the dark oak that we have been using throughout the build. We can still put those here like that. One there and there. Whoa, no. Oh, that was close. I was like, God, the amount of times that I've fallen off this build trying to get this stuff finished has been just crazy. Now this, what I want to do to create more of a windowsill is that. And then we can do the same here. So right away, that sort of feels a little bit more complete. So I can get rid of this scaffolding here. Oh, I feel like a skeleton has a bead on me somewhere. Where is he? Oh, he's burning. Can we get him before he dies? Got him. Excellent. And then, oh, well, I guess we're going to come down and grab the XP. I wasn't going to bother, but since we're here, why not? So now we just have to do the same on the other side. And this one I have a small bit of scaffolding already set up. So, oh no, this is the wrong way. I have to go up top. I don't think I have scaffolding. Let me get that sorted and we'll finish the other side. So it's the same treatment on this side, just doing the window sill, I guess. And then these almost look like flower planters, even though we're not going to have any flowers in them. And then we can kind of just do the glass panes there. And then get rid of all this. And that should be at least these little windows done. So for the top floor, we're going to put a couple of more windows on the end here. So that means we have to come in here and there, and then there's a center part there. And we're just going to mimic the same sort of window style that we've got elsewhere in the build so that we can come up top like this. On the outside here, we have the same sort of decoration that we did on the front with a couple of windowsills. Then we also have the dark oak trap doors like that. I want to say these are probably dark oak trap doors. This has been my view on this episode for more than I would like to admit. And the last thing we have to do is head over and do the other wall. And that's going to be a little bit different. The inside of the top floor actually has a fireplace, and I believe I'm putting it on this wall here. So putting in this last wall, I'm not going to do the inside today, but the chimney and all of that other stuff happens on this side, so there are no windows. It's just straight brick, and I decided to go with some dark prismarine just to kind of make things look a little bit sturdier, a little bit more, you know, fireproof, etc. So I'll work out something in here for the fireplace. But the last thing is just to fix this quartz that we took down. I should have enough now. And these just have to be facing this way to be correct. All of these ladders are temporary. They are just going to, I guess, help me with all the up and down that I have to do while I'm building this. Everything else is going to be... it's going to have like inside stairs. There's going to be proper ways to come up and down without having to climb a ladder. But I think that's about it. This side doesn't have the same sort of decoration as this north. As this north face does, because there's no window. There's not really the same amount of detail work. So we'll be able to tackle that once we actually figure out which side is going to have the stairs and which side is going to have the chimney and all that kind of stuff. Well, the sun is going down and I am pretty happy with the progress that we made on the inn on the bridge today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like below. If you're new, subscribe. It's one of the best ways to find new videos when I post them. And hey, while you're out there on the interwebs, check out the Spawn Chunks. It's the podcast that I do about Minecraft with my friend Pixel Riffs. You probably know who he is already. That's it for me. I'll see you next time, folks.